On September 3, 1939, the fate of India shifted irrevocably. Great Britain, India's colonial ruler, declared war on Nazi Germany. This declaration thrust India onto the global stage of World War II. India, however, entered the war without a choice. The decision was made in London, not Delhi. Indian leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, were not consulted. This unilateral act underscored the harsh realities of British imperialism. While Britain rallied against tyranny in Europe, it continued to impose its will on India. The declaration sparked a wave of complex emotions across India. Many Indians felt a sense of duty to support Britain in its hour of need. They saw it as an opportunity to fight for freedom and democracy on a global scale. Others, however, questioned why they should fight for an empire that denied them their own freedom. The war, they argued, was a European conflict. India had no stake in it. Despite the controversy, millions of Indians would answer the call to arms. They would serve with distinction in the British Indian Army. From the battlefields of Europe to the jungles of Burma, Indian soldiers would leave an indelible mark on the course of World War II. Their sacrifices and contributions, however, would come at a steep price. The war would have a profound impact on India's social, political, and economic landscape. It would accelerate the country's march toward independence, leaving a legacy that continues to shape India's destiny to this day. India's military contribution to World War II was staggering. Over 2.5 million Indian soldiers volunteered to serve, making it one of the largest volunteer forces in history. These soldiers hailed from diverse backgrounds, representing the vast tapestry of cultures and religions that make up the Indian subcontinent. They were united by their courage, their sense of duty, and their unwavering commitment to defeating the Axis powers. The Indian Army was deployed across multiple theaters of war, demonstrating its versatility and strategic importance. Indian soldiers fought with valor in the North African campaign, battling Rommel's Afrika Korps in the scorching deserts of Egypt and Libya. They played a crucial role in liberating Italian East Africa, securing vital supply routes for the Allied forces. In Europe, Indian troops fought alongside British and American forces in the Italian campaign. They endured harsh winter conditions and fierce German resistance to liberate Italian cities like Monte Cassino. Their sacrifices helped pave the way for the Allied advance into mainland Europe. Perhaps the most critical theater for the Indian Army was Southeast Asia. Here, they faced the brutal onslaught of Imperial Japan. Indian soldiers fought valiantly in the jungles of Burma, Malaya, and Singapore, often outnumbered and outgunned. They endured unimaginable hardships, battling not only the enemy but also disease and starvation. World War II had a transformative impact on India's economy. The war effort demanded unprecedented industrial output, leading to rapid growth in India's manufacturing sector. Factories that once produced textiles and consumer goods were repurposed to manufacture weapons, ammunition, and other war materials. This industrial mobilization, however, came at a cost. The British government, desperate for resources, implemented wartime economic policies that favored British interests. India was forced to prioritize the production of goods needed for the war effort, often at the expense of its own domestic needs. This led to shortages of essential commodities, soaring inflation, and widespread economic hardship for ordinary Indians. Despite these challenges, the war also created new opportunities. The expansion of industries like steel, textiles, and engineering laid the foundation for India's post-independence industrial growth. The war also led to the development of new infrastructure, including roads, railways, and airfields, which would later prove crucial for India's economic development. The war's impact on India's economy was a double-edged sword. While it spurred industrial growth and created new opportunities, it also exacerbated existing inequalities and imposed significant burdens on the Indian people. The economic legacy of World War II would continue to shape India's development trajectory for decades to come. Section 4: Political Ferment and the Quest for Independence. World War II ignited a political awakening in India. The hypocrisy of Britain, fighting for freedom abroad while denying it at home, became increasingly untenable. The war exposed the inherent contradictions of British imperialism and fueled the flames of Indian nationalism. The Indian National Congress, led by Mahatma Gandhi, intensified its demand for independence. Gandhi launched the Quit India movement in 1942, calling for an immediate end to British rule. The movement sparked widespread protests and demonstrations across India. The British responded with brutal repression, imprisoning thousands of Indian nationalists, including Gandhi himself. The war also had a polarizing effect on Indian society. While many Indians supported the Allied cause, others saw an opportunity in the Axis powers. Subhas Chandra Bose, a prominent nationalist leader, formed the Forward Bloc and sought support from Germany and Japan. Bose believed that an Axis victory would pave the way for India's liberation from British rule. The war years were a time of intense political ferment in India. The struggle for independence reached a boiling point, setting the stage for the dramatic events that would unfold in the aftermath of World War II. India's contributions during World War II left a lasting legacy, shaping the nation's future and its role on the global stage. The bravery and sacrifices of Indian soldiers will always be remembered. If you found this video insightful, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Your support helps us bring more untold stories to light. Thank you for watching.